Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and we have another narrated Pokemon battle for you. So this is a battle against Gamer MZ, and looking at my opponent's team, they're superior. You have to keep in mind, superior is always a threat. These are some Pokemon that I've been really wanting to try out as of late, especially Mew. Mew has been on my list of Pokemon I would like to try out. Also, Gyarados. This is actually base Gyarados, so yeah, I would like to try it out now. So I'm going to actually lead the Gyarados. I'm going to get a nice Intimidate on something as the Prankster Klefki is going to be led off. So it doesn't really matter. Actually, this is a Moxie Gyarados, so it's not Intimidate. And I'm going to Dragon Dance because I do have Earthquake. Of course, he's going to go for Reflect. That's going to kind of hurt my chances of, sweeping and taking stuff out. But now I'm going to take a Thunder Wave, and that sucks. Unfortunately, that means Gyarados is going to not be as fast. So I'm actually going to go for another Dragon Dance, hoping to make up for the speed, make up for, my opponent's Reflect, and just Dragon Dance, I do have Moxie on this one, not Intimidate, Moxie. So now my opponent's going to go into the Whimsicott, and Whimsicott's kind of a threat. Here, I'm just going to Earthquake because that would have done a little bit of damage to Klefki since, the Reflect was up and everything. But now this thing is in, and this thing's kind of a threat. And it's going to actually go for Charm. So, yeah, that's going to completely undo the Dragon Dances that I did. And I was actually going to go for the Supersonic Sky Strike there, but we are fully paralyzed. So that would have been nice. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have taken out Whimsicott 100%, but it would have done a nice bit of chip damage. And we're paralyzed again, so here I'm not even going to try to fight the paralysis. I've already lost some attack levels there, and I'm going to actually go into my Blacephalon. So now my opponent's going to go into Pinsir, and I think I've got a pretty good matchup here. My opponent's going to swap Pinsir out for the Komodo, and unfortunately, I do go for the Flamethrower because my thinking was there's a good chance this Pinsir was Mega Pinsir, and I didn't want it to, Mega Evolve and then just Earthquake finishing off my Blacephalon. So that's why I went for Flamethrower there. My Blacephalon is Scarfed, so that's pretty nice. I'm going to go into Mew here, and now my opponent's going to go for the Clangling Scales. Or not the Clangling Scales, the Clangoris Soul Blaze. So that's going to give them basically a boost in all stats. Mew will actually live this with 33 HP. This is a bulky Mew, however. So yeah, it did take that, but unfortunately Mew's not going to outspeed this +1 Komo-O, and I don't really have anything that wants to switch in here right now. So unfortunately, this Mew that I've been wanting to try out is going to go down to a Flash Cannon. So now this thing is quite a threat. I'm going to go into Blacephalon, and I kind of make a derp move right here. I go for Shadow Ball, but of course Shadow Ball is one of the moves that don't affect a Pokemon with Bulletproof. So that was kind of a derp on my side. I need to keep that in mind. Bulletproof, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, moves like that don't hit. But now I'm going to go Crocodile here. Of course, the Intimidate won't matter because this thing is clearly a special attacker. And what I'm hoping is that I can avoid the Focus Blast as I do, and I hit this thing with an Earthquake. So I'm trying my hardest to chip it down, and the Earthquake does not quite kill it. It puts it into yellow, and I'm hoping to, avoid another Focus Blast. But unfortunately, this one actually connects with Crocodile, and that will take Crocodile out. So now I'm not in the best position against this thing. And I'm going to go into Charizard, hoping Charizard can turn the tides of this match. This is a Mega Charizard X. I know that Clangling Scales is super effective on me, but I'm hoping that Charizard can actually take one, because Mega Charizard X actually has pretty decent bulk. No, it's not going to take that at all. And Charizard goes down. So right now we are on the defensive. I'm going to go into Gyarados. I know Gyarados has some decent special defense. So if there's a chance that we can, do something, it's Gyarados. So I'm going to go into Gyarados. Gyarados is going to take a Clangling Scales, and we get to finally fire off this Z move. So this is Supersonic Sky Strike powered up by Bounce. One of the only flying type moves that Gyarados can get. It doesn't get that many flying type moves, surprisingly, which is kind of sad for Gyarados because that's like a whole stab that's not being, worked to its fullest potential. So now I'm going to do that. That will take out Como. Finally, we will get the Moxie boost now, but a part of me doesn't think it matters that much because we are still paralyzed, and now this thing is in, and there's not really much that Gyarados can do to it, especially because we know this thing outspeeds, but this thing misses the Leaf Storm, so now I'm going to go for a Bounce, because that's, like I said, my only flying type move. Earthquake's not going to do much, Waterfall's not going to do much, so I have to try something. I'm going to try bouncing on this thing, and he's going to swap into a Stack Attack, of course, because, yeah, Bounce isn't going to do much at all to Stack Attack. It's a bulky Pokemon, but I can hit this thing with Earthquake. Of course, Gyarados, even though it's paralyzed, it still outspeeds a Stack Attack. And luckily for us, we take this thing out, but we're still on the defensive, and we are at +2, but we're still on the defensive because my opponent does have the Superior and this Pinsir, and he also has 2 other Pokemon. And yes, this is going to be Mega Pinsir, so that makes this quite a big threat. This thing could probably finish up the game, honestly. So yeah, all it has to do is go for a quick attack. It doesn't even have to, attempt anything, and it wins, or it wins against Gyarados. So Gyarados will go down. And we got Superior as our last Pokemon. I'm going to go for him Power Fire as like a last-ditch effort, but it's not going to do that much to Pinsir. Pinsir is actually pretty bulky, and this X-Scissor will finish off Superior. So, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hopefully next time we can do some more battles where Mew actually contributes. I'll see you in the next video.